The Red Sox are thrown once again into a trade for somebody else's ace to put beside Garrett Crochet. First, it was Joe Ryan. Then it was Tarik Skubal last week. And both of those have some legs to it, right? Especially Joe Ryan. Like, that would make a ton of sense. Now, it's Freddy Peralta of the Milwaukee Brewers. John Morosi, MLB insider, convinced the Brewers will be moving Freddy Peralta. Got to do it. And list the Red Sox as a top contender, not just because they're looking for that second ace, but also because they're willing to trade away some major league outfielders that the Brewers would really, really need. I'm talking Jarren Duran. I'm talking two-time Gold Glove Award winner Wilyer Abreu. These are guys the Red Sox are willing to part with. And other teams, like the Milwaukee Brewers, are going to want them. And I would take Freddy Peralta. This kid can really pitch, man. He's entering his age 30 season. And like Tarik Skubal, he's going to be a free agent after next year. Brewers got a club option for this year. They took a club option for this next year in 2026. And that's a small market team. They can't let him go for nothing. They can't. And so that's why there's probably such a willingness to move him before this next season starts. And that's mainly because this dude absolutely shoves. Is he Tarik Skubal? No. Almost nobody is. Okay. Joe Ryan, that's probably a better comp. Like, for all the things we love about Joe Ryan, and I love him too, I would love for him to be on this Red Sox team next year. Freddy Peralta has a lot of the same upside, just in a different style. He's coming off his second All-Star season, third straight year of over 200 Ks, and all of them had 165 plus innings pitched. Can I get a round of applause for that? Because every big time pitching, I don't want to say prospect, but big time starting pitcher that's on the market these days, you don't know if they have the durability. Guys like Garrett Crochet is a great example. You know, they don't pitch a lot. Ranger Suarez, another one, a free agent this year. They don't pitch 160, 170 innings, let alone 200, because nobody does that anymore. And so you don't know if these guys can go for a full season. You don't know that before you trade top 10 prospects or extend them by 5 or 6 years. But you do know that with Freddy Peralta. You don't even know that with Joe Ryan, who's older than Freddy Peralta, if he can go 170 innings in a season. That is a fantastic luxury to have. He's done it 3 straight years of 165. Last year, you went out and got Crochet, never pitched 164. This guy's done it 3 straight seasons. Durability test, passed. Check. And oh yeah, he's pretty good at it too. He's coming off a season where he ranked 7th in the majors in ERA, 270. And it might have been his best year in the majors so far. 154 ERA plus, 5.5 WAR for a Brewers team that was hotter than fish grease for most of the season. He should be getting Cy Young votes here in the next week. Like, that's how good he was, man. Those guys don't come available very often. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. We'll talk about it throughout this week as well. The Red Sox are in as good a trading situation as they have been in maybe in my lifetime. But you have to go back about 20 years to think about a time they were in this good a spot. They've got all kinds of prospects, thank you, Heim, that they can trade a couple of them. You know, how many teams would have a Connolly early or a Peyton Tolley in their pipeline and on their team and being like, yeah, we can trade him. We can trade him for a better pitcher. Like, that is like a golden goose to most teams, including the Red Sox the last 2 decades, to have a homegrown pitcher that looked that impressive at times at the major league level. The Red Sox don't have or, they have and. They have both of them. They have their choice of which one they want to keep. And they've got other pitching prospects in the pipeline. And they've got a homegrown talent who was one of the best pitchers in baseball throughout last summer in Brian Bayo. They have got so much flexibility there, to the point where they've got prospects over the last year where they've had to decide which ones they want to extend, which ones they don't. And they've got major league guys that are still in their service time, that still have service time that they are willing to part with. Guys like William Abreu, who they haven't extended. Guys like Tristan Casas, who they haven't extended. And a guy like Jarren Duran. They would be okay trading all three of those guys if it meant upgrading at either a power bat in the middle of the lineup or maybe more importantly, the number 2 starter behind Garrett Crochet. Like, this is as good a trading position as they've been in a long time. So I know a lot of people are getting tired of hearing these names just constantly thrown out there. Freddy Peralta, Joe Ryan, Tarik Skubal. Who the hell's going to give up Tarik Skubal? Hunter Green, Paul Skeens. You're sick of hearing that, but here's why I keep taking the bait. Because they can make deals for any of these guys, sans Paul Skeens, that they would be comfortable with. And the craziest part about their flexibility is they already made one of those deals last year. So I had a lot of people in the comment section of the Tarik Skubal segment last week saying how they would never do that, and how it's so against anything Boston would do. Going and getting a big name pitcher in a trade, how are they going to extend him? They don't spend money. I'm like, guys, they did it 11 months ago. They did it. They traded 3 prospects for Garrett Crochet, and then they extended him. Like, if there's anything the Red Sox have done consistently over the last 2 decades, it is trade for big-time starting pitchers, win the trade, and then extend those MFers. Like, it's happened every time. Carl Pavano and Tony Armas Jr. for Pedro Martinez. That worked, and they extended him. Casey Fossum for Kurt Schilling. That worked, and they extended him. Hanley Ramirez and Anibal Sanchez for Mike Lowell and Josh Beckett. That worked, and they extended him. Yohan Moncada and Michael Kopech for Chris Sale. That worked, and they extended him. The extension didn't really work. Garrett Crochet for Kyle Teal and Chase Mydroth and Braden Montgomery. That worked, and they extended him. So don't give me that. Like, I get it. They've had problems spending money the last few years. I understand that. And we've heard these big-time rumors before. But when it comes to a big-time starting pitcher and trading and extending, that is what they do better than anyone in baseball in my lifetime. That's a huge reason why they've got 4 World Series banners, is because of just that. So I will continue to take the bait if it's Joe Ryan, if it's Tarik Skubal, if it's Freddy Peralta or Hunter Green. Because I've seen the Red Sox make these deals time and time again. I'm more hesitant to say they're going to pay market value for a big-time slugger like Pete Alonso or Kyle Schwarber. They should, but I'm hesitant to say they will because of their history. It's the exact opposite when it comes to starting pitchers. This team does it better than almost anyone in baseball, actually. But let me know what you think in the comment section below. Freddy Peralta, good fit? If not, who's the pitcher you want to go after? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's completely free. It helps me keep my job, and it keeps you up to date on all the great Boston sports news going on in the best sports town in America without any of the BS that Boston Sports Talk Radio is going to give you. It's your lunchtime alternative, live every weekday, noon Eastern time on YouTube, and then wherever you get your podcasts as well. Special thank you to Zach Burke. Special thank you to Nestor Kickstand. And thank you for tuning in for another episode of the Wicked Boston Show with Cam Stewart. We'll see you tomorrow.